तो हेलो आज का वीडियो काफी खतरनाक होने वाला क्योंकि आज हम देखने जा रहे हैं PMWC ग्रुप स्टेज का डे 3। आज के 6 मैचेस के बाद जो भी टीम्स टॉप 8 पे रहेंगे वो जाएंगे सीधा ग्रैंड फाइनल्स में एंड बॉटम 16 टीम्स जाएंगे सर्वाइवल स्टेज में। कंपटीशन बहुत खतरनाक है इस बार। डे 2 के बाद ओवरऑल स्टैंडिंग्स आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हो। टॉप 4 टीम्स का ऑलरेडी 12 मैचेस खत्म हो गया एंड रेग्नम कार्या इज एट #4 विद 81 पॉइंट्स एंड इट इज सेफ टू से अल्टर ईगो इज ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड बिकॉज़ यार वो लोग 6 मैचेस में 78 पॉइंट्स निकाल दिया। तो विद टेकिंग दैट इनटू कंसीडरेशन कट ऑफ समवेयर क्लोज टू 80 तो रहेगा ही रहेगा। आज बहुत सारे स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम्स खेलने वाले हैं like Alpha Gaming, Vivo Gaming, PL Champions, Thunderdog Gaming, Influence Rage, even Idea Esports। कल Idea Esports क्या ही खेला। इन सब के बीच में हमारा टीम इंडिया, they are currently at #17। उनको मिनिमम 55 पॉइंट्स तो चाहिए ही चाहिए अगर क्वालिफाई करना है तो। Miracles do happen। I hope आज हो जाए। जो भी होगा मजा आने वाला है, for which I hope you guys are ready। Day 1 का MVP बना था Sleepy from Hora Esports। Day 2 का MVP बना था Alter Ego का Rosemary। Day 3 का कौन बनने वाला है? Let's see। अपना वीडियो में आगे बढ़ने से भाई लाइक गोल कमेंट करना मत भूलना। 25 के लाइक्स का ऐसे ही वीडियोस हर रोज देखने के लिए एंड सब्सक्राइब करना तो बिल्कुल मत भूलना। 2 मिलियन करना है, मेक इट हैपन। एंड मैं आज वॉच पार्टी करने वाला हूं तो डू जॉइन द लाइव स्ट्रीम इफ यू वांट। एंड विद दैट बीइंग सेड नाउ लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। जा रहे ब्रो। अरे टीम आर्यन बूट कैंप जा रहा है। हेनरी बूट कैंप गया। Drop change for Team Aryan.
Looking out for hot drops as well. I think it's this Northwest Island.
TT versus Alter Ego. King knock.
The mountain, Thunder Talk, and Alter Ego.
Rosemary knock.
Has been cut down in a 1-for-1 trade. They still have more to do. Rosemary still maybe. No, he's not going to get rest. But will they find the trade?
क्या cover दिया भाई. Crypto knocked था उधर almost. Ajay Singh last man standing for TT.
Everyone wielding weaponry here on the top of the mountain. The spray down though.
Ajay मारेगा. Reload लग गई गलत टाइम पे.
Doesn't manage to slide that on through and it is Alter Ego going down clean
भाई
in a first
सबसे पहला किंग नॉक हुआ था सबसे पहले अजय अपना बिहार का लाला।
starting like that after a heroic
I like APG's split as well in the center. This 2-2 controlling the compound down the hill as well as that high ground scout tower. It is really powerful, but it looks like the Falcons
NSR से मार खाएंगे पावर
South Point, so potentially a bit of an upset for the APG.
रैग्नर लग गई भाई, लग गई इसकी।
Keep that one together. Nongshim rolling on in as well, trying to make their way through.
किस्मत हो तो भाई पावर का।
It's going pretty well. Power had taken over casualties earlier.
Alpha Gaming versus Falcons.
Not going to be too much to do. APG do in fact regroup here as the Falcons.
Beautiful grenade, Rauf.
A beautiful nade though. Looks
like Falcons के दो बंदे डाउन हैं।
Rauf has to do something though. Like you said, even the odds. You got a flying card. This is a perfect opportunity to send some shots flying from top, keeping Rauf's head down low. It's a perfect opportunity.
भाई Falcons मार खाने वाला है।
Top's got a nade and he's willing to throw it. And
भाई ग्रेनेड कैसे चौक किया?
Top now full send DPS in hand and Rauf will fall. And beautiful shots on Redox just below. An unfortunate set of circumstances.
भाई दूसरे थर्ड पार्टी यार, यही बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
Make no mistake about it, APG also taking some hits.
Where are those shots even coming from? I think that might be from. Is that from Redox down the hill? Is he still going?
I think he might be.
I think he might be. Could be Nongshim.
Right से Nongshim मार रहा है, left से Gamma X मार रहा है।
But for now, they
Falcons
are still all alive.
Position खराब था, गलत
for the Falcons.
Without information,
That is
fight
really
के लिए।
nasty going.
कोई बात नहीं। It's not over yet. Alpha Gaming wants the last finish as well. जोर को उतार दिया।
It's not going to be that easy. Redox putting out some tremendous damage, and he's looking to take on the full force. Meanwhile, Zyle is also down. Nade's thrown at his feet, but it's got a couple of seconds. He times it properly to push forward with the DPS, but misses the critical shot. APG take the Falcons down.
It was a nice read at the start.
A fantastic start for Alpha Gaming, bro. 4 finishes start is always a good one.
I know it's hot here in Riyadh, but it is still quite risky to go for these swims. As Alpha 7 do have to be landful, and more than that, they're landing lead down towards Gamax. Find a
लग गई गामा की, but bro 1 HP होने के बाद रिवो क्या मारा है? So far अपना टीम अच्छे पोजीशन पे है और भाई गुड सर्किल ब्रो, गुड सर्किल फॉर टीम इंडिया, गुड सर्किल। बस मेरे को आर्यन का पोजीशन देख के थोड़ा दगदग हो रहा है क्योंकि वो अकेला है उधर।
They wasted their time on the south. I think the call should have been
Henry knocked by Doc.
The 7 try and move it on in, but as it stands, they're going to have to try and snake it out. In the
nice
meantime,
one,
Nongshim, they've been slowly executing this northwestern side well. They have been moving
through
this terrain and being vigilant with it. Sure, they've lost a player, but they're
on It's Ajay. Of course, it's Ajay.
not too many other players are in their location as well.
Well, Thunder Talk started with
Hey, Henry finish ho gaya.
Bloods taking down Alter Ego Ares, the team who was phenomenal.
3-man है team Aryan.
Mark needs to be ready to clear the left side of this choke point. Some pre-shots, he pushes up. Pre-nade's going to be out. Actually, smokes.
कर दिया, stun कर दिया.
Oh, a full blind there for
मार दिया.
and he can't hold the door frame anymore.
Rudder ना गया.
Going
Trip.
low as well though, and
Trip.
it's 1 versus 1. Ida versus 33. See around the corner, and Maxman was right. They start off slow. Weibo go down in 10th.
Weibo out, Maxman out 1 by 1 of IG, who might not even be able to get their teammate back into play. I think they do it just
Intense game के लिए मुश्किल होगा.
Force going to keep their heads down.
E Arena versus intense game.
We got to take this E Arena roster out, but it's not going to be easy as Mormon firing some wonderful shots, drops one. They start to push up, but again, once they get out of this hard cover, Red Force is going to be ready for them.
They are currently 2 players on the overlook there from the high ground. They've left Binny down to control the compound situation. Ora also lighting up the sidelines. Mormon under pressure, but he is able to weather the storm. The nade
by 8 HP,
but has to put it back in, get that first aid going. They can't afford to lose that forward position. Turney K moves on in as well. No fear behind the tree. These locations are getting lit up now.
For Ora. ऊपर से NSR राइट से हो रहा.
Moving over the top of the hill as TZ moves in 2.
बहुत मुश्किल है इधर सर्वाइव करना.
But forced to hit the ground. Arena keeping the pressure up. The cars on
अपना टीम अभी भी जोन के अंदर आइडिया पुश करेगा अपने टीम पे. Idea has to cross the road.
You can't even go too far up this hill. If you do, you're going to be isolated by Kinotrope. But watch out, Kinotrope is going to be coming up behind Hora. Hora needs to be ready for this. They can't be focused too hard on the third party. They move in.
Arena तो मरना ही है इधर.
And Kinotrope
NSR
able to get a team wipe.
9 finishes, 3-man strong.
Grubby little mix here on the south side. They might
be last man standing है ये Arena का.
On the chaos on the north side. We'll see how this unfolds. Arena starting to collapse. Kinotrope move in and Ora
अबे Hora got eliminated. Kinotrope आके मार दिया पीछे से.
Kept 3 players alive.
Wow.
Can they move back into a position to make it
flawless execution from Kinotrope, bro. पता भी नहीं चला कब आए.
As Nongshim Red Force stay as 3, crucially.
Arena, they're in tough.
मैंने top 5 बोला, top 5 आ गया अपना.
Right behind them, you've got Nongshim Red Force in front of them. The zone shifts even further. And
last man standing है.
अरे
वापस जोन आ गया अपने पे.
Because I believe with the elevation of the mountain, they can
वापस जोन आ गया bro.
And they can take some respite where Benny is currently at. Kinotrope,
but finishes नहीं मिल रहे अपने को. Idea उठा रहा है सारे finishes.
Eliminated. But
DVOT के पास healings भी नहीं है शायद.
TMG, Ida, who's going to be in the hard cover location just down below, and Ida only has 2.
Beautiful.
Of course, AXTMG only has 1. But they can output quite a bit of damage, but back on board with Red Force. Arena, can they get
what a comeback from NSR, bro.
Yes, they can.
And now the attention is turned for Nongshim.
What a comeback from NSR.
Push back down towards this next circle, but they don't have
top 3 में अपना country.
Have it for a little bit longer. They're lighting up these sidelines. There's a vehicle up there as well. Doxy goes forwards. He needs to make something happen here, or they will go down. On the inside, they will be pushed out, but they can survive for just that little bit longer. Nongshim Red Force, on the lip of that hill at the top there.
Okay, but he doesn't know.
All he can do is not move, bro, and just pray.
Placement points for Ida so big in this moment. They want to stay alive as long as
Aaron knock it. Finish.
Doc gets active, but meanwhile the trap is still.
Oh, hashtag 2.
Goes forward.
Hashtag 2, bro.
Ready for this. He snips it out.
एक kill, एक knock finish. एक knock finish. Yes, finish.
And he holds on tight.
Aryan.
But finally he does it. That's an additional.
NT पे. अगर finish भी आता ना. अगर फिनिश भी होता ना ब्रो मजा आया था. बट NSR जिस तरीके से कमबैक किया आफ्टर व्हाट हैपेंड ऑन डे 1, रेस्पेक्ट ब्रो, रेस्पेक्ट.
Points, a very realistic option and chance for them to break in the top 8.
Squashes
down to the zone. Mafioso takes down round from
Alpha 7 से पीट रहे भाई Falcons.
We talked about them having to rotate far up north. Taking down Falcons here would be big for them, obviously. Alpha 7 still wants to be.
But Alpha 7 तो लेगा ये fight.
1v1s. Alpha 7 committing to
Zone हटेगा तो
single
नहीं.
engagement is what has turned the tides here. Sure, they've lost Squash. But they are
कर
now
दिए भाई,
descending.
कर
They've
दिए,
got 2 players in.
कर दिए.
Surely there's no chance as Mafioso descends. It's
गलत टीम से लड़ लिया.
draws first blood.
गलत टीम से लड़
puts
लिया.
him down and Redox turns his tail and runs.
Yeah, he's gone. He's out. He's going to go ahead and join his teammate just off to the left-hand side. and
I will not be surprised अगर Alpha 7 इन दोनों के ऊपर भी slam कर दिए तो.
Go for a different approach. Meanwhile, Alter Ego trying to push over towards AXTMG as they
हो गया भाई.
They put
Alter Ego versus Team Aryan. It's happening.
On this top side of the hill, the nade in from Krypton.
ये edge के लिए खेल fight लेना ही पड़ेगा Alter Ego को.
If you're Alter Egos, you've got AXTMG to your north, you've got Thunder Talk to your south, you've got to crash in on one, and it looks like it's going to be AXTMG. If you can disengage from this, you just got to full send it directly into the middle of the zone. Depot T cannot take down Rosemary. Mind you, update, we do lose intense game. Our first team, by the way, out at these zones a bit. I'm surprised we are just now losing only one team. Back on board with Henry up close. He goes down. Alter Ego need to recover from the rough game number one that they had, and they're doing exactly that.
Aryan भी गया bro, last man standing
They
है.
slipped the pin and Alter Ego managed to get around to
DOD
the
last
other
man
side
standing.
of
बहुत low है.
AXTMG with Rosemary down, another as well, down on bended knee. They'll need to try and pick it up, but of course they can. It's Alter Ego, but can they get
without any casualty?
Because Thunder Talk are
without any casualty, they'll survive again. TT third party.
Right behind them, they were going to pincer in.
TT has all the information. उनको पता है दो बंदे down हैं.
Of AXTMG.
पर दूर से पड़ रहा है.
Alter Egos can put their full
good for Alter Ego. They'll survive.
As well as the entirety.
They will survive for man.
Talk, taking them down within control. They would monopolize. So taking down Thunder Talk now is imperative.
Gaming.
It's not a full threat from Alpha 7 though. Only a few of them
what was that, bro?
Allow Krypton to be unleashed and Thunder Talk. They have no chance. This guy is insane on a swivel. Finding one, finding two. The rest of the team
पता नहीं था इधर एक बंदा खड़ा है.
And the E-limbs just keep
and he got punished for it. TT बाहर.
We haven't seen Alpha 7 get active for just a little bit. The last time was against Falcons. This time we've got an opportunity against the Arena, and Alpha 7 should win this with the utility being thrown and the early damage being affected. Joker is feeling it. Alpha 7, you know them. They're going to want to push this as aggressively as they can.
Sexy खेल रहा है Alpha 7.
Maybe their final rotation of the game.
क्या जगह भी मिल गया उनको.
Into the roadblock, and they're just trying to survive.
Beautiful
now,
grenade.
Outlast these teams. Sure, they can get these nades.
I don't think Alpha 7 will push.
That they have the presence, the pressure with 3 players alive to go for a full push. They might be able to pick up some E-limbs.
Idea बाहर by Alter Ego.
I think who are going to be able to earn the lion's share
11
of
finishes.
this engagement, of this push.
4-man strong. No casualty, bro. No casualty for Alter Ego.
Behind him, Gamex does have an opportunity potentially to fire some shots. I think
match 1 में मर गए 0 pointer के साथ, but they are back.
You have Alter Ego Ares who is firing down on Gamex's position, but here is R8. You mentioned them now pushing in. You gotta feel bad for E-Arena. They're between R8, they're between Alpha 7, and they're all huddled. There's no way that they lose this game. If they do make it out unscathed, that is, but I expect them, even if they do win it, they're losing at least 2 or 3.
I mean, Alter Ego, though, still there. That's going to be one hell of a hurdle to cross. They're already up to 11 E-limbs, by the way. R8 trying to make
nice trade, bro, Joker.
E-Arena will go 1-for-1 on the trade. Maida has to back up. Look for the res here. Prestige not going to waste any time.
Norman, beautiful grenade, bro.
Though, and that's going to change the tide of things. Prestige needs to commit, needs to get some damage here. Looks good with the arc. Is he going to be able to connect too much more? The reses are coming through for R8, and they keep picking the pressure up, but the res comes through, and now 4 players still stand for E-Arena. The nade, again, not connecting.
I am shocked. E-Arena has
ये
4
windows पे
players
smoke
up,
करते ताकि
and
समझ
they're
रहे.
actually doing a ton of damage to
Grenade
R8. Prestige from a distance. Hill makes it so awkward. He can't even get up. You got Outbriefus from APG, who might be on the backside. I think he's thinking about it. Okay, do I have clear line of sights? If I do, I'm taking him, and that's going to be all on R8. And actually, here he goes, getting active. This could help E-Arena so much.
They've managed to find that first and an immediate flush. R8 not in a position. They were almost committed to that push. Every focus was on the E-Arena compound. This Alpha Gaming flex out, I mean, it was a risk, but it's paid off beautifully. Alpha 7, are they trying to look for a move?
Looks like
I don't think so. Not just yet, but Carrillo's sending nades on in. They're keeping the pressure up on the other side of this engagement.
दोनों साइड से सैंडविच है E-Arena.
The winner of this fight could very well go on.
दो बंदे डाउन है E-Arena का.
Game number 2 Aryan Gale of the day. The Alpha Gaming has moved even further up. They're taking the forward position. E-Arena now has a couple of players who are down. 2 players to stand up. Carrillo, he wants to push up. He wants to at least get a line of sights on any stragglers who
Alpha Gaming बाहर.
Prestige finally moving in. He's been waiting to do this for the longest time. A nade's being cooked. He swings.
What a push, bro.
He gets the drop.
What a push.
Not done just yet. E-Arena fights back through the window. R8 are down. It's down to Mark,
nice one, Mark.
who hits the shotgun shot through the doorway, though. Clutching up is our boy Mormon from
well played E-Arena, well played. भाई विंडो पे शॉटगन मार रहा. एक ही शॉटगन शॉट से 2 बंदे नॉक हुए.
taking you down.
They don't have the
Shotgun के
pressure.
shell
That's
split
the
होते ना।
disadvantage of this location.
दोनों
They
एक
are
साथ
just
knock हुए, एक ही
hiding
shot से।
here. They don't have the
Crazy था
time
वो।
or
Distance.
That's alter ego, and even with that high ground advantage, you just can't take those angles. The shape of the
Irina wants to take this fight against Alpha 7. मार खाएगा bro.
Alpha 7 have such a strong hold.
एक knock.
Carrillo's holding face against two,
Good knock.
finds them, and immediately shuts them down. Mormon in the smoke, and Carrillo retreats a little bit closer towards his teammate.
Beautiful यार, beautiful.
The weapon swaps there,
इनसे इधर
and
push
the team
करना।
of Irina are falling. Joker with a nade, but Carrillo is farming them as they approach.
Oh, but the nade connects on the Carrillo. The farming ends.
doesn't have any
and
more
Joker becomes the
throwables.
farmer himself.
Wow.
But only for just a little
Wow.
bit. Carrillo should get back onto
Excellent
his
teamwork
feet.
by Alpha
And
7.
now we are down to our
Bye.
top 4 team.
गलत।
And finally, Gamex starts to get active.
पर कोई बात नहीं। They have their own problems to worry about.
From the northeast side,
Alter
Power
ego.
have managed to move
2v2
up behind
fight.
Alter ego, so it could be dangerous.
आ गया
The
Rosemary
ground
भी।
floor now taken. Moana, Krypton, followed by Rosemary into the ground floor now, pushing Gamex
Alpha
up
7
on
3-man हो
high.
जाएंगे।
Molotovs to burn it, to slow things down before they can get this res, though. These nades are going to start to come on through. Healing now being done, and Alter ego have pressure from the high ground that they have just deserted.
Rosemary bottom left. He's been the highest damage dealer so far. Krypton as well to be a great courtesy to Rosemary's performance. Gamex getting
Alter ego doesn't want to overcome it. Makes sense because आजू-बाजू teams है।
Put alter egos into the grave, but will it be possible? I don't know. You got Rosemary, the top dog, with Krypton down below, and he's hugging a corner. He's hugging it tight. But the question is, does Gamex give up their high ground? They're on the second floor. I don't think they do, but Arthur is
Finish हो गया।
but only for a little bit.
He has
Corona.
that first aid nades being poured over towards Alpha
Power
7.
nades कर रहा है Alpha 7 पे।
Behind the
Oh, that
checkpoint.
nade.
Where? How are they finding these hiding places? I don't know. Carrillo.
बाप रे बाप।
The nades keep going, and Power are putting more and more pressure on as time goes on. Gamax, they're not out of
gonna
it
be a
just yet.
tough fight for Alpha 7. इधर Gamax बाहर भाई, Alter
Will
ego।
finally fall. Alpha 7 are next to go down, and Power
Well played, Power,
now
well played.
have it all to do. They've got 4 players alive if they get this res.
4v3
and
fight.
all 3 go on 3.
Power
And they have
esports
the hovercraft as
versus
well. We
Alter ego.
cannot just-
A little bit more gas left in the tank.
There they
Over
go.
to easy. Krypton and Moana. Moana goes down, and
It's
Krypton
over.
falls next.
It's
A
over.
nice
Power का
hold
dinner है।
there along the sight lines for Power.
Rosemary
And it's
last man
all up
standing.
to the man himself. It's Rosemary with a chance to prove that he can take a 1v4. Sure, it might be against Power, but it would be legendary.
चलो भाई, Power.
It's not to be. And
Good job.
Power managed to leave Milta in
मेना का
the
team है,
chaos
अच्छा team है।
behind Alter Ego, and they take a chicken dinner.
9 eliminations, mind you. A big
Last
difference with the
PMGO
power
कितने
that
बंदों को
we've
याद
been
है?
seeing in the previous days.
उधर Power R8
takes
अच्छा
the
खेले थे।
first win. Yeah, the guy's lovely.
Gunfight R8 versus
Here
Hora।
it is. We go into
Mark
our
knock.
next game. Wow, hold up.
It's that time.
Hey, it is that time, and Hora's ready to get rocking. R8 opposite of him. I said, this is Hora's game, but they've got to win this initial fight.
Jiggle around the corner. Using a valuable nade, and then incredibly valuable because that was in fact the only weapon that he has. He's
By
pulling
Jiggle
the knife,
knock
but immediately shut down by the shotgun. It looks like the weaponry's on side for
3v3.
R8, but the trades are still there.
That molly.
It is just ordnance here. No, a double barrel there coming through as well. So
भाई बिना helmet वे shotgun से battle।
all flak on the action. And actually, 2 players from R8 go down. The Sky finds a second. Okay,
Two man है,
he's
two
got
man
a
है।
pistol as well, and he's on the chase. Prestige with
भाई
the rifle.
गलत।
That
2v2।
might change the tune.
A great equalizer. Everybody's got shotguns, knives, nades, and Prestige. He's got the AUG, and he's mowing them down. Sleepy
Bye,
still makes an
beautiful,
attempt,
yeah,
hits the
Sleepy.
shots needed. Wait a
Beautiful.
second. Just when you
Much
think it
needed,
swings
though.
into the favor of R8,
Beaut-
Hora turns it around, and Hora stands 10 toes
Crazy, bro,
down,
Hora.
living it
Crazy.
out. 2 players down, yes, but they're going to get back up. This is Hora's game, and I predicted it.
Oh my
The
goodness
confidence
me,
to
he's
do
going
this.
to be insufferable. It's good news that we're handing over to
मजा आ गया,
Jackie
without any
Blank
casualty.
after.
We now start to see what Alpha 7
If I
is
just
going to be
going
up to.
center,
and,
sitting ducks,
Undertalker
कुछ
moving
नहीं कर
in.
सकता।
Rebel
भाई,
sending
TT slam
traffic
कर रहा
up
है।
the shots.
Undertalk
उतार दिया,
rolling on
beautiful.
in,
But
Rebel
क्या trade लिया
immediately
बे?
clipped off the eaves of the roof.
Alpha 7 versus
And it
TT।
is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. King looks a little bit more resible though, as Rebel's going to have to try and drop down towards Carrillo if he
Rebel
wants
to
this
finish,
res,
bro.
but the rest of Thundertalk not going to side
Mafioso.
in. Okay, Mafioso goes down as well. Ooh,
Galat.
that's nasty. As AJ cooking the nade.
I hate to
He's
say it,
up
but
onto the
Alpha 7
second
मार
floor.
खाने वाला है.
Carrillo turns the corner. There's an off angle that can suppress his corner as well. So it is a dangerous choice.
Ajay versus
Squash up
Splash
with the
Boy,
long
कर लो
ball,
भैया.
but Carrillo falls as well.
Last man
AJ
standing.
perfect with the
Splash
nade.
boom.
And now just one of Alpha 7 remains. It's Squash. He's pushing on the upstairs, but sees the fire, licking at his ankles, and they've given them the old topsy-turvy
Ajay
turnaround.
मैं
AJ
नहीं लूंगा
back with his
1v1.
team.
Now Squash
मैं
is a
fall
slayer.
back
He's been
करूंगा.
known to clutch
Ajay is
up, but
very
in this
smart
moment,
way.
is it too tall
Very
of a
smart.
task? Well, it's up to him to decide. Jumps out, takes a bit of damage. If he can pop this medi, he should be at least a little bit better off than he was before. Thunder Talk can get overly aggressive, and if they do, Squash can capitalize off it. Let's not forget King is still relatively weak. Squash down low. Thunder Talk hasn't pushed up just yet. And honestly, I'm a fan of that. I'm glad they didn't get over aggressive. I think most teams would have. Thunder Talk realized, look, we've got the rest of the Alpha 7 roster down. Why do we want to expose ourselves to 4 individual 1v1v1v1s? Let's walk in together. Let's play our numbers. Let's take down Squash in a good control fashion.
No more first aids for Squash either. Just those stims. He's got 10 bandages. Could potentially heal a little bit, but he's just keeping that shotgun trained on the exits here for Thunder Talk. They step into the meat grinder. 2 go down. He turns his attention right. He's moving out wide. He still doesn't have the meds, but he gets the reload. And that's 2 Thunder Talk down now as Squash hops in for more. King just able to find the angle in the last second there. It looked hairy and it was for Thunder Talk.
It's a huge thing, no? It's a huge thing.
But they'll survive as 4 for now.
Yep, great work. Maybe going straight into APG. They're going to stay in this little divot, however, but they do got a lot of company surrounding them.
Yeah, it's one of the few locations that you can really play here. Unfortunately,
बाप रे,
they've
क्या
got
grenade
neighbors, and the
किया,
nades just
Ozzy
tumble
सामने.
on in from Kinotrope, and Aura suffering heavily. And you know what? I'm going to bring it back up.
Finish it, bro.
Stop
at
it.
the start of this
I knew you.
match. You predicted them right at the start of this game.
However,
And now look where they are,
Wow.
in a ditch with nades on their head.
They're still alive.
fall back from
Okay,
here.
they're still alive and they're still putting up a fight,
Maybe
but
not.
maybe not for long.
अबे Aryan ने knock दिया था.
Stayed in the grass,
अपना
stayed
team ने knock
in
दिया
the
था.
weeds for the longest time
kill
and
चोरी कर
allowed
दिया
Aura
इसने.
to push straight by them, and then they spring the attack. It's quite literally the perfect
Last man
scenario. You
standing
gotta
for
think
Aura.
Kinotrope was waiting on a team to take that divot, take this piece of real estate so they can turn it into a mini red zone and just throw as many nades as possible. And well, sadly for Hora, this might be it, and it will officially the time. Finally, some fireworks going up. AJ's up close on final mark, going down from Kinotrope. Kinotrope looks to be losing this engagement. Only one player left alive. Thunder Talk with one themselves. Both teams cannibalize each other, and it comes down to a 1v1 between Thunder Talk and, of course, the last remaining members of the other roster that we're fighting off against just up ahead, being that of Kinotrope. And that's one of the tough spots about being in that position, right? Is it's really it's a lose-lose situation. The most you walk out with is elimination points, but making it to late game, once that fight finally concludes, usually doesn't end very well.
Crawling on over.
बस
Now,
TD बाहर होने वाला है.
XTMG, they flexed out.
भाई दूर से पड़ गए यार.
Trying to take the
और
fight,
एक kill
but
मिल गया.
immediately that's Falcons actually taking shots.
But Aryan
out
मरने वाला है.
They've been inside their compound for a while. The Falcons maintaining control. We saw, of course, Arena earlier pushing up towards them on that western side of the compound. But the Falcons do have some dominant sight lines out towards the north, out towards the east. A crazy hop over the ridgeline here coming through Kinotrope, but it is not going to pay off, unfortunately. It felt pretty, but it didn't end up that way.
डिवोटी आ गया देने के लिए
walk away with only one player alive, but
उनको पता है आखिरी बंदा है.
eight
क्लियर
eliminations.
कर देंगे तो भाई ये जीनी का है.
Well, this game in the elimination category, and now for the remaining solo, his job
भाई
is to stay alive.
बढ़िया.
Focus our attention on Arena, who takes down
बढ़िया thought process है अपना टीम का.
IG with quick fashion. In this game, only one player
Team finishes 4-man strong है टीम
Aryan.
Aryan.
Be on the outskirts, and Falcons center of zone. Weibo starting to move up just a little bit. But it's getting a bit nice between themselves and the solo of Ida, but also
4 finishes 4-man strong है.
Doxy getting collected there.
In my opinion, I think it's going to be an impossible situation. But
Alpha Gaming versus
game 2. I thought
Team
they were
Aryan
stuck between a rock and a hard place in the hardcover POI they were in, and they broke free. Is this time going to be any different?
It doesn't feel like it. There is a position ahead of them that has control over their sightlines, that has a really solid spot. The only thing that can change it is AXTMG. If they roll up towards the Falcons, there could be a third-party situation here that could go pretty much either way. So we'll have to wait
Suk
and see
ने
if that's
Doc
going to
को
come into
finish किया ना?
effect. But Arena, they get the res, and they're looking
Kill
to try
चोरी
and push
किया
up
भाई।
these hillsides. They've managed to actually get fairly far around on the northern flank of this
हमारे
ridge line
kill चोरी दो
around
गए
the
इस मैच
Falcons
में।
foothills. Will AXTMG take shots?
I don't think they will. They're so
दो
focused
kill
on
चोरी भाई।
APG now because they realize APG's on the outside looking in.
Arena
They've got to
versus
come
Falcons।
through, and Henry is
सब लड़ो
firing
आपस में,
shots
सब
down
लड़ो।
lane. Zyle is
Chicken
taking
दे दो
the
हमें
big
बस।
win. So this fight between Arena as well as Falcons, it's just going
Top
to be
knock
those
है।
two teams, nobody else. The winner going to be in such a powerful
सारे
spot
जोकर
as
को
we were
knock किया।
setting up earlier, and the fireworks are going off. Arena's already lost one. Meanwhile, for the Falcons,
knock है
they're
भाई,
still
DZ।
4 strong,
Alpha
and they've
Gaming।
got to maintain it.
Reefers
But
को
does
Henry
the
ने दिया।
tides turn? Well, not so much. Falcons with the Wolfpack looking so incredibly strong. Arena 2 down at the moment. Falcons
बाहर
still
क्यों आए?
4 strong, but Mormon says, hey, it's time to turn the tides, turn our luck. I'm staying alive, and through the window, firing some shots, but still
भाई
not
आर्यन
making a
मार रहा है,
connection.
अल्फा
But
गेमिंग
again,
बाहर।
Mormon,
आर्यन
you
knock by
go
exit
back
भाई।
to game 2.
Aryan finish।
He was the linchpin for the successful recover for Arena.
भाई
when they
इनने
were
सार
getting
रुला रहा है
And on
भाई,
the other end
तीन
of this
टीम
fight,
को
they're
एक
going to have to
साथ
leave.
मार
The
रहा है।
circle shifts down
इनने सार
south.
तीन
It is
टीम को
a
एक साथ मार रहा है।
time-based situation now as well. Koa holding his
Nice
left for
one।
one. Turns back.
Beautiful
His attention to
play by
Sakura.
Koa।
Will be able to find it. Redox deserts him, goes down to the round.
शॉटगन का शिकार हो गया भाई ने, शॉटगन का शिकार हो गया।
Not long for the same fate. The Falcons fall and Arena make the crossing. But
अपना टीम so far flawlessly खेला, position wise,
Noxium Red Force now pushing
strategy
up.
wise,
You've got
but it all comes
AXTMG
down
off
to
the right.
the end zone
Noxious
fight
Red
now.
Force
NSR
have been a
बहुत
team
प्यारा
on the
खेला so far।
outskirts. Now it's time for
6
them to
finishes,
get
4 man
active.
strong।
I agree. Just because I agree with something Maxman says, I know it doesn't happen.
भाई उंगली करो यार कोई NSR से भाई
it,
आगे।
it actually happens like all
It's
the time.
happening.
It's crazy. He knows what he's talking about.
Well,
I feel like they have got a chance here.
I think so.
Nongshim Red Force,
Okay.
however,
भाई आ गया।
they're looking pretty hot as well. Wavebo open the bidding, and it looks like Arena
Cyrex knock है।
suffering pretty heavily here, although they haven't managed to see him. Uh-oh.
One
चल
still
डिवोटी
alive.
चल।
One still alive, one looking to thrive, and finally Arena are gone down top 3. AXTMG, Weibo, Noxium Red Force.
GG's man, GG's man. NSR just played too
and
good.
they are going to be out now down to the
NSR
top 2.
just
It's going to be a
playing too good,
2v4. Noxium Red Force looking to potentially
WBG
have
उधर
a tremendous day
E
so
Arena
far.
को बाहर
They
कर
won
दिया।
game number 1 on Sandok. They're looking
4v3 fight,
to take
end zone।
game number 3. They are rocketing
बाप रे
towards
बाप।
the top 8. They are rocketing
NSR
their way up.
GG's यार,
Day
GG's
is
यार अपने टीम के लिए।
undisputed, but Weibo have
They gave their
vehicles.
best.
Weibo,
They gave
don't
their best,
have the
that's all that
numbers,
matters.
but they've got the heart.
They don't have utility either, though. You can see the armor's in a pretty shambolic state right now. This roll forwards may actually work. They've left the player behind. Suppress the ridge line. They're trying to connect with the spray downs and order. Stays
कैसे बचाए?
alive. That could be crucial here. They can get some healing done. XZ,
Knock it.
can he connect? Yes. the
NSR
spray down
is
will be
just too
90
strong,
The
man.
nade in
Too
response,
strong.
sure. And now Order has to do something. He has to come up big. It's all up to him. A sliver of HP back up to a decent amount, but it's a 1v3 as Benny moves on in. They've got the center of the circle under
Day 1
control.
पे टीम आर्यन ने NSR का confidence तोड़ा पहला मैच में, इसलिए वो उसके बाद रिकवर नहीं कर पाए।
Here
But
they go.
आज
Orders spring into action.
पूरा
He
mood
could
में
potentially clutch this up, but he's going to have to work hard. He falls short. Weibo finishes second, and Noxium Red
NSR
Force finished the
too good,
game
buddy, too
3
good.
with a winner chicken dinner.
Day 1 के बाद ये
12
comeback
eliminations, making it their second win of the
is
day.
inspiring.
A beautiful close down again.
Too good,
They
bhai.
are
XZY, the man
controlled in these final moments.
himself.
I think it's safe to say for Nongshim Red Force, they have turned themselves around since
मेरे को
day
Day 2 का
one.
alter ego का vibes आ रहा है
Really
मेरे
didn't go their way.
NSR
They
से।
have earned the lion's share of their
भाई
tournament.
Falcons के
Quite happy
chance।
just to get into the top 8, to get that free ride over towards
भाई Falcons
finals.
का एक chicken तो बनता
This
है। ओए
is
Aryan knock है, Aryan
alter
finish
ego,
by
actually.
Rosemary।
Who else other than Rosemary? Got a bit annoyed at us for talking about Alva too much, wanting to remind us who's the king.
भाई स्कूल से मारा bro।
With the grouping the way it is in terms of the spacing in points, though, there's still a chance, mate, and it's looking better today. I will say
Cyrix?
that. I think there is definitely a
ये
good
अकेला है
air in
इधर।
there for them. You know, they've got that second wind.
निकल जाओ भाई
think for
निकल
Ida
जाओ।
in particular,
Already casual।
right? I think for them is that I've always
Panic.
classed them as an up-and-comer squad. They have some very young players on side. It's not easy always playing at a big tournament like this with all that pressure on.
2 man है bro,
Of
अपना
course,
team
what
2 man
remains of
है।
AX as well, taking a wide berth to join up. We'll
TT
hold that
chicken.
ball back
अच्छा,
over
ठीक है,
Arena
देखते हैं।
on screens for now. You've got to crash down
Arena
from the
versus
hillside with
Corina
Kino
drop.
Trope coming in. Mormon on the push back up. Ooh, big tag into the back. Quick response
Mormon
as they
knock.
turn their heads and find that one. Tamar with the damage done. It's big Papa Pump that's clipping legs from the side. Bullets coming in from the third party as well, trying to clean up and see what you can steal away.
अरे यार
from
उसका
this.
गोली खत्म हो गया यार.
Smooth moves, but
वो
an
तो
instant
clutch कर
shot
देता
back
वो.
over. That's TT.
Pump shot
that are
करने के लिए
taking
पसंद नहीं
pot
मुझे.
shots at it.
5 गोली के बाद reload का time है ना bro.
Engagement, massively messy engagement, and a perfect opportunity for ThunderTalks
And Arena
because
got
this is
crippled.
around the center.
Last man
So
standing here.
right now, ThunderTalks is able to
Falcons versus Alpha
clip two
Gaming.
teams out at the same.
Couple shots back over. Optics of it doesn't look too great for him, so he'll try and
Damar
tuck
Nago.
down. It's actually easy. That's what we're saying. It's power gaming that we're in a good position to try and guard all these teams as they make their move. Meanwhile, as that one goes a little bit quiet, we can show you back, of course, on the fight that kicked things off between Gamax and
Alpha 7, last
7.
man standing.
This is what resulted in only Squash being the last remaining player.
अरे उनका
But his
replay
solo
दिखा रहे हैं,
mission
my
is he's
bad.
found himself some safety
क्या
inside
grenade है
the
भाई
zone
वो?
for now. Ah, he's gone. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, for Chudo, some good nades over the top, honestly. I
दो
quite
random
like
grenades
that.
दोनों connect हो
Longer
गए.
with some
और आगे दो
more
बंदे down.
towards E-Arena. Somehow Gamax is able to get a little bit more done. Horror versus Ida now. Aaron steps up to the plate, nade over the top. We'll find Jiggle. This elimination feed is just
Two-man.
popping up
Horror
time
two-man.
and time again. Weibo
Watching you
taking
since
shots up
Compy,
towards
by the way.
Nongshim.
Are you 2OP's coach?
Yeah, the Red Force taking damage.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Or
Bro.
on the push-up. They close the gap between these two teams and make it uncomfortable for Ida. A lot of pins pulled on the nades, trying to get one right between the both of them. Spacing looks
Nice.
good
Henry
on
top
that.
gonna
Clean
kill.
tag. Sky gets blown over because of it. Oh shit, Red Force taking so much damage from the side as well. Trying to turn it around. You can see Tizzy there with the DBS. Back over onto Weibo.
Yeah, Weibo's suffering, but they are making it work. But intense game.
NSR बाहर.
Back up again from where Adrian was playing. He's looking to pick up the pieces that were left behind by Weibo.
Rita.
But Ida's doing a great job to hold this angle. Held out power, held out horror as well. Those nades to keep going through. You wonder how many more they've got left.
By
to work with.
Alpha
You can see
7
Dark
NSR
in here,
दोनों बाहर हो गए.
level
Idea
one
अच्छा
vest,
मार
level
रहा.
one helmet. It is not ideal.
भाई साहब.
This is the rough part for Power as well. At one point, it felt like they had a good position to try and hold back some of the other teams.
69,
Now the shoe's on
68,
the other foot. It's
66.
only really Al Haji that has a chance to make a getaway play as a solo. Rest of the squad were pinned
Bunch
in, play
finishes.
zone nipping at the back of them, and they've all just been picked off one by one. So he's just got to bail on the rest of the squad, look for a later survivability game from this.
No fear, just going to hold his angle.
TT भी अच्छा कर रहा है, WBG भी अच्छा कर रहा है.
Push into him. It's a good initial
Henry
knock.
knock.
And a second potentially.
पूरा बाहर.
No fear goes down, and you can see
Idea
they
4
at
man हो
least
जाएंगे.
deal with the first man that was in front of them. Quick reset
party,
on this.
no
They've
third
got
party.
time to
भाई
pick
अपना
each
team
other
बाहर
back
है.
up. No one else there to instantly third party off the fight. at
अपना टीम
least.
बाहर है.
Oh,
कोई
Rico's
बात
going
नहीं.
for something a little bit bold here, moving up
Camp नहीं की है.
into the northern sides of Farm. Alba's looking to move
अच्छा
further in
खासा
as well.
fight
It's the
लेके ही
replay
मरे, कोई
from
बात
earlier
नहीं चलेगा.
between Nongshim as well as Weibo. Good nade down there as well.
Actually, would be quite a nice storyline as well if we get this fight here
WBG
between
ने बाहर
Rodrigo
किया
and
NSR
Alpha.
को.
Ida makes it into top 8 over Nongshim Red Force, so they bounce them down into 9th here. Weibo moving up now into the smoke directly on top of Ida. You got he who moves in, but not
खत्म,
for
ये भी kill
long.
मिल जाएगा.
He
ले
is
भाई
not
qualified.
him. Aaron will put him down.
Idea qualified है. मैंने
Ida
stream
on
का
the
starting
game.
में ही बोला इस team के बारे में.
9.
And it's not over yet. That's the best part.
That's what we were saying. It looked like
They
they were
said
maybe a
two-man
bit of a
strong.
periphery team, but now they want to be at the
Oh,
forefront.
कुचल दिया. क्या
Into
बात
the
है.
smoke with the bonnet. Hello, Aaron, and goodbye with the DBS.
Pick up Emre there. Takes him a while. Nade goes over the top. 33Z's able to sidestep that bad boy. Continues to take chip
Yeah.
damage. That one should be on target and do
और एक
just
kill मिल
enough.
गया.
And Aaron will put another one up for Ida.
6 solo finishes for
Solo
Aryan.
soldier. I think they'll be very.
अबे मेरा मॉड ने ब्रीड किया था TT का डिनर है बोल के ये मैच.
Grinning from ear to ear.
Possible
Trying to
है, Alpha Gaming भी 4 man
right
है.
here,
It's a
right
4v4
now,
v4.
on the move up. There's the damage back over from Alpha
Sitting
Game.
knock.
It's Rafus that's able to get the spot onto him. Always on these roofs.
अबे
playing
Reapers का
these
पोजीशन देखो.
individual
बाप
shots.
रे बाप.
Barraging down the bullets from the barrel, keeping them pinned in.
What?
Oh, hello.
Man, if he got
Intense
that
game,
explosive
TT से
bit
fight
a little
लेगा.
bit sooner, could have been
Third
nasty
party
work,
करेगा.
but AJ
Alpha
once
Gaming.
again
And it's
at
over.
distance. Shin goes down, Doc
Dog
stepping
दे रहा
up,
है.
and Alpha Gaming refused to lie down from Farm.
They've at least got that back line, the protection. trying to hold them at arm's length. This is AJ. He's making some important plays, but up close and personal, that one's going to sting onto Doc. Was not prepared for the close quarters engagement. The cheeky peeks through the smoke are going to end right here, right now. Intense game. Consistently being hit from the side. They can't peek up against it.
19 bullets left in the mag here.
ओए हाँ, I'm spotted है, but सिर्फ 19 ammo है.
AJ, not sure how effective that's going to be at range.
ओपन में आना पड़ेगा ब्रो, AJ.
On that 5.56.
ओए टॉप एंगल बना के मार देगा, I feel like.
Back up again.
ग्रेनेड से मार दिया. पूरी टीम बाहर.
Nade from King over the top will shut down the hopes and dreams of an intense game.
That is a max man grenade and a
half.
You mentioned it. The switch to the last weapon he has with ammunition. At this point, he's trying to create space for our team, and they are going in straight in the vehicles, looking to close the distance.
This is a great back from Alpha Gaming. The lineup as well is beautiful to see. AJ's position is now compromised, dropping the smokes, hiding behind the vehicle. Zol zigzagging his way over, and Doc is relentless on this position.
So low, mid-fight, trying to top himself back up. Big damage as well. Further impact found from Doc. And from the side, they've got to try and pick this one back up. Only a duo effectively left at this point with the double knock there. AJ at least gets the shot back over. That was the flank from Zol.
For Thunder Talks as well, it's an important game for them to ladder up over the top of Alpha 7, which they should do on the placements alone, but they'd like to go further. Alpha Gaming are absolutely ruining the chances. Top starts to move up, a nade off the top, bounces off the top of the vehicle on the explosion, won't finish the job. And now just AJ, he's done so much, but can he do any more? Just the machine gun in hand, at long range, and Alpha Gaming, they hold all the space.
An unfathomable nade on target and blows them to bits. The last man left alive can do nothing to defend himself. Alpha Gaming take the chicken dinner.
Little late, but they're back.
Real good game I think I've seen from Alpha Gaming so far as well.
ये मैच के बाद अचानक से मैंने स्ट्रीम बंद कर दिया. ऐसा क्यों? मेरे को बहुत सारे बंदे व्हाट्सएप में मैसेज किया कि भाई नियो को स्ट्राइक पड़ गया फॉर डूइंग द वॉच पार्टी. देखो मैं हर साल पीएमडब्ल्यूसी का वॉच पार्टी किया मैंने. नोवा esports वाज अ क्लब पार्टनर फॉर ईडब्ल्यूसी. उस टाइम पे वॉच पार्टी करने के लिए मेरे को पैसे भी मिले. तो उस टाइम पे नोवा में कौन-कौन थे? मैं था और जी फैन था. जी फैन एक नॉर्थ अमेरिका क्रिएटर है. इस साल नोवा esports क्लब पार्टनर नहीं है. इस साल एसएडीएल क्लब पार्टनर बना. एंड 2 दिन से मैं ये देख रहा हूं कि भाई सिर्फ क्लब पार्टनर्स ही वॉच पार्टी कर सकते हैं बोल के. मैंने सिर्फ मेरे दोस्त जी फैन से पूछा कि भाई वॉच पार्टी का क्या सीन है, परमिशन वगैरह तूने लिया क्या, क्योंकि वो 2 दिन से वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है. तो उसने ये बोला, तो मैंने वॉच पार्टी करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. ईडब्ल्यूसी की वेबसाइट में मैंने परमिशन के लिए अप्लाई भी किया, बट अभी तक मेरे को रेस्पॉन्स नहीं आया. इसके बारे में मेरे मेजी से भी बात हुआ आफ्टर आई एंडेड माई स्ट्रीम. अपेरेंटली अपना रीजन में सिर्फ क्लब पार्टनर्स ही कर सकते वॉच पार्टी. इसके बारे में भी वो श्योर नहीं है. आई नो यू गाइस रियली लव टू वॉच माई स्ट्रीम, बट यार अब मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ. मैं हैंड्स आर टाइड. अगर मेरे को परमिशन मिल जाएगा तो मैं करूंगा वॉच पार्टी, तब तक मैं नहीं करने वाला हूँ. दैट्स व्हाई एंडेड द स्ट्रीम. मेरे को कोई स्ट्राइक नहीं पड़ी थी, मैंने बस खुद से एंड कर दिया. मैं ऑलमोस्ट 3-4 साल से वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ सारे ग्लोबल इवेंट्स का. दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम नॉट डूइंग इट, नॉट बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू, because by permission. चलो वीडियोस बना लूंगा मैं. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, but this was horror that were taking shots down from the top of the mountain range. So Alter Ego, rather Alpha 7 have just been taking so
भाई यार, अबे Alpha 7 के साथ क्या हो रहा है बे?
Back over onto squashes while fragmented to both.
भाई चोक पे चल रहा है Alpha 7.
Really hard for Squash to move across clear.
Last man standing. Carilo.
Yeah, there really isn't much you can do on that one. It's unfortunate for him. Okay, so
भाई एंड तक आके एंड तक एक लास्ट मैच बचा है अभी Alpha 7 के लिए.
Alter Egos, they handle that one with ease, it seems.
ये भी गया. अब ये तो शैक के अंदर है ना. अरे बो मार दिया यार फाइनली. सुनने बो मारा भाई. Crazy.
We've heard legend of it.
Crazy.
But now we see it. It took me, my brain was like the shine.
बस इसको मारने के लिए उठाया, फिर वापस ये मिनी ले लिया. भाई अपना टीम का भी फाइट चल रहा है उधर. टॉप नॉक फिनिश बाय ऑर्डर. WBG looking good यार this match. 6 finishes 3 man strong. E Arena versus team Aryan. Aryan नॉक है. हेनरी साकुरा को नॉक किया.
For Alter Ego, they've done enough to 107 points. They are really not far off that first place spot in this game now. They just need to go a little bit further. They've just got themselves into placement point range, but it is just 2 players out on this north side versus a full four-man squad.
भाई M249 से दे दिया बे स्काई ने. Beautiful.
Alva immediately dropping smokes, but it's not enough.
Beautiful stuff bro Sky. Beautiful stuff. 1v3 by Sky.
It's a short run to go.
तभी वो 1v3 किया क्या?
Is that
Sky.
chance of the last match? They don't make it.
No reaction. Cold.
They won't pick up that 80 grand.
Nice.
Gut wrenching as well.
Devotee knock.
So close yet so far.
But टर्नी के.
You don't want to leave that fate up to another team.
बहुत सही दो बंदे
Their
में.
own hands right now though to dive in onto AX up close with the DBS, showing us they can wield
अबे यार.
showmanship. But unfortunately for them, it's E Arena that step foot and like gladiators walk out with their heads held high.
हाँ भाई power esports.
Sees the target and seizes the opportunity.
A little bit more there. I mean,
NT. Nice try.
Aryan was able to get a nasty double nade.
भाई अच्छा नेट था वो but यार ये power esports वाला उंगली नहीं करता ना ब्रो मार देता मेरे को लगता है. WWC push कर रहा है. हो रहा.
See if they can dive on. It's order that would be the first fight. Instant flames thrown at the feet. The SMG.
ऑर्डर हाथ में थ्रोएबल चला रहा है. कवर दे दिया हे ने. Last man standing. भाई स्काई M249 ही चला रहा है बे. मिड रेंज हर जगह पे.
M249. Just a stun grenade in hand, just
Yeah.
back and forth. That nade looks
Nay.
good, goes a little bit too far, and he just has to step out.
Sky, what a beast, bro. What a
DBS
beast.
will not make it happen. I think Order was
WBG
expecting
बाहर,
a little bit
at
of a
hashtag
slower
4.
push, which would be a massive
ले.
result from them. Shoot them up. Big
एक को
time.
knock दिया और एक को दे.
Give them a chance
Beautiful
to
1v2.
game.
चलो.
Gains
अब चैन
that
से हो रहा के ये भी.
just
2v1 है. Mormon गया. Nice nade, no fear. Now it's a 2v2.
How have they given
Can
that
Hora
one
pull this
away
off?
on a platter?
Can Hora pull this off? भाई power का इतना easy chicken था भाई.
They go down.
अबे ये अब Sky अभी भी M249 चला रहा है भाई. Sky knock है. No fear, last man standing. लग गए. And with that, it's a winner chicken for Power Esports. But Hora should have converted this match, bro. It's okay.
There might have
कोई
been
बात
no
नहीं.
fear from their
One
opponents,
last match
but
to go.
power certainly
उसके
lives
बाद
up to their name.
जो भी टॉप 8 पे रहेंगे वो जाएंगे सीधा ग्रैंड फाइनल्स में. भाई अल्फा गेमिंग #8 पे आ गया. टीटी देखो #6 पे.
We got to take a look at
भाई
this.
Regnum Karya is no longer safe. Regnum Karya is no longer safe. 79, 78, 77. बाप रे बाप. Vivo Gaming at 76. बाप रे बाप. बता रहा हूँ ये 4 टीम्स में से भाई 2 तो जाने वाला ही है. 2 तो 81 के ऊपर जाने वाला ही है. Alpha 7 choke. बस इतना बोलूंगा मैं. माँ कसम भाई आज जो हगे ना भाई.
I don't expect it to happen, but it could. You know, it's a possibility.
अपना टीम #19 पे चल रहा है. सिर्फ 1 लास्ट मैच बचा है इस ग्रुप स्टेज के लिए. देख लेते वो मैच. उसके बाद देखेंगे ओवरऑल स्टैंडिंग्स. लेट्स गो. Vivo Gaming need
Either side as well from the rotation.
6 points. आईडिया भी बहुत क्लोज है. अल्फा गेमिंग भी बहुत क्लोज है.
Doc breaks off from the squad.
Alpha
Back
7
up this
NSR already
time.
choke कर दिए.
Zone top make their move in slowly as
They'll
well.
be playing survival stage.
Scouting out on this one. The nade is enough, blows them up. One goes
Top
down.
knock है.
Moana from the side
By
falls
Sky.
as well. Alter Ego lose
Top
a player.
finish.
Hora with opportunity to strike back.
Zio ने Sky को
Slow
knock
down
किया.
Alpha. Zol with
Sky
the
finish.
response.
और जी के लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग है.
Feel rough
ले
here.
मार दिया
Falcons,
जोल
but
ने.
will finish off Hora.
Zol पूरा फॉर्म में आ
Alpha
गया भाई.
Gaming just looking to put more points up
Zol
on the
पूरा
board.
फॉर्म में आ गया
It's
इस
been a big
टूर्नामेंट
run
में.
for them today.
बढ़िया मार रहा है.
A lot of expectations on this team. Has the nade in hand.
भाई आइडिया के लिए भी भाई बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फाइट है. लास्ट बड़ा बहुत सही.
Moana goes down. Rita will find him. They're up to 3 now. They just want to hit that 7th place, and then even if Weibo does get this massive
at
game,
#8 now.
Ida is still in.
Ideas at #8 now. WBJ
An
at
up-and-coming
#9.
Turkish team taking out one of the Turkish
Alpha Gaming आ गया
Titans
top
of
5 के
this
अंदर.
storyline and a half.
Beautiful stuff.
They're looking good for it right
भाई
now.
Regnum Karya बाय बाय.
Smart play.
Regnum Karya.
The dive
बाहर.
in. Intense game. Looking to turn up the heat, but the
क्या मारा
response
बे
back
रीटा?
is critically clean. Instantly
क्या मारा
engages
रीटा?
with the shotgun from the side down 2. You got the nades running in from
Just
the top.
one.
He just needs to
ले
get
लग
it on
गई.
target, and that's
हो गया
enough.
क्वालीफाई आईडी.
That should
हो गया
push
idea
them over
qualify.
into 7th. There it is.
अब Vivo Gaming की बारी है.
Anita just about make it. They hung on.
सही टाइम पे अपना टीम इंडिया एंट्री मारा फाइट के अंदर.
And they were solid as steel in that position for such a long time as just a 2. Doc steps out a little bit too far, and Order will lay down the gavel.
This is his courtroom.
Idea bahar hai, but they're qualified. They know they are qualified. Alpha Gaming bahar, they're also qualified.
He has been so smooth. The aim on point, the gun skill being shown. Quick setup off the info from his team as well to get the read back over.
Team India, 2 finishes, 4 man strong hai.
Max trapped in position, nades from either side.
Bhai, we are the only 4-man team.
For them.
We are the only 4-man team.
Find Arthur dropping up to 5 elims.
We can actually convert this match into a dinner.
I think they've made it on
We
placement points alone. I think that is
Henry knock, yaar.
9th place.
कोई बात नहीं, 3 मारे.
Weibo making it in off the
3v1. 3v1 and it's against WBG.
To get through.
By India versus China.
In that finals, what a result.
India versus China, let's go यार. भाई knock मत खाना अब. ये सोलो बंदा है.
They thought they were going
to मर जाएगा कैसे भी करके. अभी गलती से भी अगर कुछ भी बंदा नॉक हुआ ना अपने टीम में, वीवो गेमिंग चढ़ जाएगा.
They were the Sandman on that
both sides Inex, beautiful.
Sleep from the sidelines.
5 finishes, 3 man strong, 3v3 है.
Living on borrowed time in this one, but from the setup and
हम
consistency
hashtag
we
तो
have
already
seen,
match 1 में आए हैं.
that are looking to close it.
Convert नहीं करता है because अपने पास healings नहीं थे, manpower नहीं थे. But इस बार even grounds. 3v3, but against one of the strongest teams in the world. Order.
It will be a nice
it's not going to be easy, but I'm rooting for our boys. Let's see what happens.
And again,
Why, what a moment we are having right now, yaar.
A little bit of inspiration to play on in that survivals. Find
Order spotted
success.
Aryan कर रहा है grenade.
Into your own hands now, though. Show us what you made of.
Ooh.
Let's go, babe. Most crucial knock है ये.
Nitro down.
Most crucial knock है ये. Order knock है.
On Order hits heavy. Ordnance in front of him as well as he's trying to reposition on the knock.
बहुत side रोटी, बहुत side.
From the side, convert onto that one fully. So the pressure starting to build now for Weibo. AX in a good spot on the push-up.
33Z. He up to the
Devotee जो confidence के साथ आगे जा रहा है. अच्छी बात है, but गलती से भी knock नहीं खाने का भी.
Sublime. Running out of bullets. The resources running low. S12K in the hands, just spraying it around and makes it happen. कोई बात नहीं.
The shells hit eventually,
but he is down.
भाई जो confidence से खेल रहे हैं अपने बंदे, that is enough, bro. That is enough.
The wrap in from the
1v2 situation है 33Z के लिए.
33Z.
We are huge favorites. पीछे से zone आ रहा है. आगे अपने बंदे wait कर रहे हैं. Cyrus.
What's been a big game for them.
Finish it off, bro.
1v2 with
Finish
need
it
to be a
off.
clutch. No opportunity
Finish
to
it
play
off.
off. He's out of position. Tuck in behind the car.
Oh,
Middle round the corner. He gets
तो ये
one.
क्या knock
The
दे दिया ये?
DPS
Head मार दिया गंदा ही.
on the edge.
1v1.
He's trying to straight into this as well. The drop
1v1.
down below the car. He's ready for it on the peak, and it's enough to steal it.
Let's go.
Aryan able to get that game going
Reaction
from
नहीं.
the end, and AX will finish it off with a chicken dinner. Going into survival stage, feeling strong.
Vivo Gaming is happy that they're qualified, not because of the dinner. क्या ही comeback किया Vivo Gaming. Beautiful
Get
stuff.
themselves into the top 8. They're happy. AX
But अपने
is
boys,
happy. Ida
super proud.
striking off the Turkish Titans.
बढ़िया dinner bro. मैंने expect नहीं किया था कि आज ही निकाल देंगे. मैंने stream पे बोला था कि भाई आज नहीं तो कल, नहीं तो परसों इंडिया एक चिकन निकालेगा. And it happened. Excellent. And with that, group stage के सारे matches खत्म हो चुके हैं. Now let's take a look at the overall standings. जो भी top 8 पे रहेंगे, वो जाएंगे grand finals में. Let's go. At #1 we have Alter Ego with 121 points. मैंने बोला ही था ये क्रॉस करेगा 4th ranks को. Elimination points देखो भाई 86. भाई कट ऑफ से भी ऊपर है इनके एलिमिनेशंस. कट ऑफ बाय द वे 83 है. मैंने बोला था 81 का ऊपर ही जाएगा. वही भाई आइडिया क्वालिफाई कर दिया भाई. क्रेजी क्वालिफाई कर दिया. टीटी भी खतरनाक कमबैक कर दिया. Alpha Gaming भी. Regnum Karya bro. Feeling bad but survival stage है अभी भी. Congrats to all the 8 teams for qualifying for the grand finals. Regnum Karya का 2 पॉइंट से रह गया. #10 Nongshim Red Force बढ़िया खेला आज बट दे फेल अ लिटिल शॉर्ट. Alpha 7 भाई चोक कर दिया भाई. ये क्या भाई हर बार का है ये. कोई बात नहीं. सर्वाइवल स्टेज इंटरेस्टिंग होगा. होरा esports, पावर esports. अपना टीम #15 आया ब्रो. 62 पॉइंट्स. मजाक नहीं है ये. बहुत अच्छा खेला अपना टीम. ठीक है बहुत अच्छा खेला. आज #2 भी आया और #1 भी आया ब्रो. 2 मैचेस में बढ़िया। एंड बाकी टीम्स को आप लोग देख सकते हो, बॉटम 16 टीम सर्वाइवल स्टेज खेलने वाले हैं, जो होगा परसों से 29। डे 1 का MVP है स्लीपी फ्रॉम हुरा स्पोर्ट्स, डे 2 का MVP है रोजमेरी फ्रॉम अल्टर ईगो, एंड डे 3 का वंस अगेन इट्स रोजमेरी फ्रॉम अल्टर ईगो। दिस मैन इज जस्ट फ्रिकिंग बिल्ट डिफरेंट। जिस फ्लो में ये टीम खेल रहा है, जिस फ्लो में ये खेल रहा है, आई फील लाइक इस टूर्नामेंट का MVP यही बंदा बनेगा। व्हाट डू यू गाइस थिंक? जरूर बताना कमेंट सेक्शन में। वॉच पार्टी का तो पता नहीं, अगर तुम्हें वीडियोस चाहिए तो भाई लाइक कर देना एंड सब्सक्राइब कर देना, एंड मैं मिलता हूं नेक्स्ट वीडियो पे। अंटिल देन पीस।